Guys, I just had an amazing experience in the cinema, second day at the Transilvania International Film Festival, that I had to record a video for. After, I'm talking about watching Varda's CLÉO from 5 to 7 for this, possibly only the second time in my life. The first time was probably 10 years ago, but it's a film that I've always held close to my heart and just thought of very fondly ever since then. It's just one of those films that stays with you. And I was a little scared going into screening, and I thought, am I gonna like it? Am I still gonna love it? Because I remember that I really loved watching it. Am I still gonna be celebrating it and agreeing with the praise that it gets time and time again from everybody? Film critics, audiences, you know, is it still that masterpiece that I remember? And lo and behold, it's even better, because so much of it just rang so true to me. And, you know, what is it about these films that is so real and so... Well, I kind of have a theory about these films, especially the films of the French New Wave, is that they are able to do the two things that we usually separate when we talk about, when we criticize film, when we critique films, and that is capturing spontaneity and also and meticulous thinking about every shot and every aspect of the film. Because somehow the best of the films in the French New Wave managed to do both. What it is they are both films of spontaneity, so they're captured in the moment and they're just on the almost like this, they have this gritty look. They're just on the fly documentary almost, you know. It's just at the time using the equipment that had just come out at that time and playing around with the different new techniques. But at the same time, the people that were making them were thinking all the time. They were talking and they were coming up with these amazing ideas and just their own frame of minds with which they influenced entire populations that just didn't think that way, or they didn't think of thinking that way. Varda was certainly one of those people, and CLÉO from 5 to 7 isn't even our most radical film, but because it's one of the most successful films, that's also why it's one of the most fondly remembered and one of the best that she has made, in my personal opinion. What is it about this film? There's so many images in it that I absolutely adore. There's so many moments that I think I didn't even remember, or maybe I didn't even pick up on when I first saw it, because I was younger and I hadn't lived as much and I hadn't gone through as much. You know, thinking of CLÉO bursting into tears as she cries a song about wasted love, and just all of the mirrors. I hadn't noticed how many mirrors are in that film. Just she keeps looking at herself in the mirror. It's almost aggressive, but she looks at herself and she's always seeking for that image of herself, as if she knew that she was beautiful and that was her power. But what happens when that power just fades away? What happens when you remember that you are going to die and you literally live with this fear inside of yourself that you're like, I'm actually facing mortality at the moment? The whole film is structured around a couple of hours before she is to receive the results of a test that will tell her whether she has cancer, you know, whether she is terminally ill or not, whether she's going to be facing death soon or not. You know, it's fantastic. You know, there's so much creativity in it that if I were to break it up, it wouldn't be as rewarding a video, but also I don't think that it's rewarding anyways, but yeah, I'm just ranting, you know. But what was beautiful about this is that it was such an enriching experience and such a powerful experience that I just spoiled myself with, because obviously I'm not going to be doing any interviews for Fred Film Radios for this film. But I saw it after a film that's more recent. It's a documentary. It's a very still documentary. And it was a room full of people, full of parents with their children. And it's about children, it happens to be. I'm not going to name it. But I was thinking to myself, well, how many times do these kids get to go to the cinema? And why does this film have to be one of the few films that they watch in the cinemas? This is not going to make them passionate about movies. Choosing the right films to take your kid to see is crucial, because it means that they will be passionate about something. I'm telling you, these kids are not going to want to go back and just watch anything besides Disney or whatever is the new fad with kids nowadays. They're not going to want to get deep into the art of cinema to find out more about life itself, and it's just kind of sad, because if they had been to see a film like CLÉO from 5 to 7, would they have been able to understand many of its aspects? Yes, because I tell you what, when I first watched this film, I didn't get a lot of its elements. But my battery is running low, so I'm trying to like rush to my point. I didn't get it the way that I got it this time. Did I get it better this time? Did I get it better last time? Did I understand it better last time? Did I love it better last time? It doesn't matter, because what it is that just goes to show that these are films that you can read and reread and re-understand and re-watch, and you'll always come up with a better conclusion. Varda was a genius, but also she was also a normal person. And she was able to understand life and perceive it and reflect it, you know, like those mirrors in the movie, in the way that it was. In all its beauty and all its glory, but also all its wasted beauty, all the wasted beauty of the world. I feel like wasted beauty is the phrase of the film. You know, youth is just like, and also the passing of time. It's only a couple of hours that the film takes place over, right? But a couple of hours, but a lifetime is just as fast. And here we are talking about a great filmmaker who recently passed away, and we never thought that she would die. Or maybe she hasn't died. No, I'm pretty sure she hasn't died. Varda doesn't die.